currently ranked world number 7. He'll be moving one spot higher tomorrow when the new rankings are released, regardless of what happens in today's final, back to a career high number 6. It's been a great start to the season for Alex de Minaur. United Cup tennis initially, and then a very first Australian Open quarter-final on home soil, of course, before a bit of Davis Cup tennis in Sweden, and then quickly down to Rotterdam, where he has been dominant through the draw into the final without dropping a set.
Uit Spanje, Carlos Alcaraz!
And talk about X Factor. This man has lit up the Ahoy Arena over the last few days. Difficult draw initially. Had to come through a 3-setter against Botic van der Zandschulp, who, remember, had beaten him at the US Open last summer, but since then he's been pretty special. 2-1 against Vavasori, 2-1 against Pedro Martinez, and then an absolutely quite brilliant semi-final, wasn't it? One of those matches that doesn't come along very often. Alcaraz and Hurkacz, where both players bring their best tennis and they're just bouncing off one another all evening yesterday.
Yeah, it was an amazing match. It was worthy of being the final. Along with Alcaraz and de Minaur, Hurkacz probably played the best tennis this week. Alcaraz just elevated his game to incredible levels to get past the pole. He's been the talk of the town, hasn't he? Really captured the minds and imaginations of the public here in Rotterdam.
What is going? We've churned through a lot of numbers in the first 15 minutes of the broadcast, Colin. Just in terms of what's going to happen between the lines, what are you expecting today? What are you looking for? What are the key elements? You touched on the first serve percentage initially for Demon.
Yeah, I think de Minaur has to serve well. I think he needs to make a good number of first serves. I'm interested to see Alcaraz. He was up on the baseline for that first second serve. He moved deep for quite a few against Hurkacz. The key for de Minaur is to, execute his game at a very high level in terms of holding the baseline, in terms of rushing Alcaraz and limiting his opportunities to use all the sort of skills that he has. That's why first serves are important. Second serve, Alcaraz is going to have more time to work his magic. There's no doubt Alcaraz has sort of more tools to play with. But if de Minaur can play as he has been, really, really sharp from the back of the court, hardly any errors, rushing opponents, he's got a chance today.
It's a very nice start. Alex de Minaur in his 18th final. Alcaraz has played just a handful, 22nd for the Spaniard. And we should probably discuss the Spaniard's record in tour level finals, because it is phenomenal, isn't it? He's won 16, lost just 5 tour level. Only 4 players have beaten him in finals. Djokovic a couple of times, one of those the Olympic Games final in Paris last year. The other one, that incredible Cincinnati Masters final, if you saw that one, that was remarkable. One of the great Masters finals. Other players to beat Alcaraz in finals: Yannick Sinner, Cam Norrie in Rio. Alcaraz was a little injured that day. And Lorenzo Musetti. It's an exclusive club. Alex de Minaur get his membership approved this afternoon. Not an easy task.
changed it up in the colour of the nasal strip today, hasn't he? It's been black throughout the week. Pink strip has made a return.
Yeah,
obviously not superstitious. You know, I'd be staying with the one that's working.
He was wearing the pink one last year.
Yep.
Wasn't he? Casper Ruud's been rocking them over in Dallas this week. Denis Shapovalov in that final. A few hours' time over in Texas. It's one of the newest ATP 500 tournaments. 16 of these this season. 3 new ones: Dallas, Doha, and Munich in April. This one's been around for a long time. 52nd edition of this tournament.
First forehand winner of what you would think would be many. Nearly 30 of them yesterday.
That was tasty. Well, maybe just sending a warning shot the Spaniards' way.
It's such a unique forehand, isn't it? Look at the way he takes this on the rise, but it's just so flat. It's hammered through the court. I mean, that's a couple of inches maybe over the net tape.
Comfortable hold apiece. The second time an Australian has faced a Spaniard in the final here in Rotterdam is Samuel Lopez. Coach to Alcaraz this week in the absence of Juan Carlos Ferrero, and it was Ferrero who featured in that first Spain-Australia final. Featured 2 men who are close to these 2 players, of course. Ferrero is Alcaraz's coach, main coach. And he was beaten by Leighton Hewitt, who's been Minaur's Davis Cup captain and mentor to a degree over the years. Both those guys are watching. I wonder if their minds are just going back to that 2004 final. Won by Hewitt in 3 sets. The other Spaniard to make a final was Nadal. He lost to Andy Murray, 2009.
Just long on the backhand from Alcaraz there, but he won't mind that. He just has such a sort of heavy weight of shot forehand and backhand. The combination of speed and spin and height, able to push de Minaur back and get some short balls. In many ways, that's the test for de Minaur. Can he hold the baseline in the way he likes to against the firepower of Alcaraz?
Broken only once this week, under a bit of pressure here.
He's trying to keep the speed up on the second. You can see it there, 171. He knows Alcaraz is in, looking to take it early in attack. So doesn't want to put a slower, shorter serve into the box.
Here we go, early chances.
And that's the perfect example of just Alcaraz's weight of shot. It's so deep, so much speed and spin. It's just so hard for de Minaur to time that ball on the rise. Just loses control there again, and ball flies long on him.
On 7 kilometers an hour, it was traveling, but it just missed. Oh, he had some quick thinking to do. Brilliant reactions and a brilliant start for the top seed. He's off to a flyer.
Alcaraz leads 2 games to 1 first set.
Colin Fleming's shaking his head already.
Well, it's just, you know, Alcaraz, he's got so many skills. He's so fast, so many weapons. You know, you just see points that you don't see anyone else playing. Look at him sort of sprinting across the court here, ready for the touch drop volley. The ball sits up and just swats it away for the perfect start. All done so calmly, isn't it? He's sort of just, he's a step ahead so often, Alcaraz, and as I say, he'd be delighted with that start to the match. De Minaur broken for just the 2nd time this week.
An uphill battle already for the Australian. A little while since both of these players won trophies. De Minaur, it was on Dutch soil, in fact, in Sertogenbos grass court event just before Wimbledon. It's an incredible record in the Netherlands, in fact. Look at his last few tournaments here. He's won 12 of his last 13 matches in this country since the start of 2024. Of course, made the final here last year, then won in Den Bosch and back in the final in Rotterdam. Spaniard's last title was in Beijing. That was late last year in the autumn when he won that crazy final against Sinner in China. Stay away from the Alcaraz forehand, but the backhand can hurt you too. From out of nowhere, just rips this short and cross court.
Alcaraz leads 3-1 first set.
He's flown through his first couple of service games as
Ladies
well.
and gentlemen, as you may see, the scoreboard is not working for now. We are working on it.
Minaur just the 1 point on return so far. Already, this is a must-win service game. Couple more first serves into play. Nudges towards the 55% territory. So far, the Demons coach on the right there.
That's why he's been putting the hard work in on the gym, lifting the heavy weights. As I said in the warm-up, added a few kilograms of muscle to be able to produce power like that. Too much for Alcaraz to handle.
Oh, brilliant to watch. These guys going at it. These points unfold so quickly. What a finish that was. Minaur with the quick thinking this time. Gets things back to 3-2. Looking to add to his 9 titles, so hoping to make it double figures today. He's won a couple of ATP 500s in the past, both in Acapulco, defended that first Acapulco title that he won in 2023. Went back there last year to win again. No Acapulco this year, so changing things slightly. In fact, they both are, aren't they, in terms of the schedule? Alcaraz in the past has gone down to South America to play on the clay, but here in Rotterdam for the first time, and then we'll play in Doha in 2 weeks' time. Minaur playing here, and then we'll head to the Middle East as well. He'll play Doha and Dubai, back-to-back 500s this season. Minaur too, incidentally, today going for a first indoor title. So it would be it's going to be a first for somebody. There's these titles coming on hardened grass over the years.
A good look at Samuel Lopez there on the left of shot. Recent addition to the Alcaraz coaching team. Of course, long-standing figure around the Ferrero Academy.
to react. Good positioning after the drop shot. Expecting de Minaur to chase it down, as he often does, but he was ready and waiting.
He's maybe a little extravagant here with the disguise by his standards. Gave it plenty of height, but look how agile he is here to the volley. One big lunge at the net to cover the angle. It's incredible. There's nothing more Alex de Minaur can do there. He's played a brilliant point. And he would have won it against the majority of players. Look at the shot he plays here, the Aussie. That's just a phenomenal half volley there from Alcaraz.
Ticks off another service game with ease. Just a 1 point dropped on his own delivery so far.
Yeah, in the last 52 weeks on tour, nobody's broken serve more times or more often in percentage terms than Alex de Minaur. But Alcaraz, as you say, has only dropped 1 point on serve so far.
Not too far away from what would have been another outrageous shot from the Spaniards, but it's a good hold. Done a great job of just sticking to Alcaraz. Do something extra special that time. So a couple of his significant tattoos. Eiffel Tower for the maiden Roland Garros victory last summer.
Yeah, the date, of course, was his US Open win, his first Grand Slam.
And he went to #1 in the world for the first time as well, beating Ruud in that final. It's a tough score for de Minaur, isn't it? Just looking at his serve numbers, you know, you maybe look at those and think, well, actually, it hasn't been too bad so far. 60% first serves, 80% winning percentage behind the first delivery, 5 of 7 behind the second serve, and he's a breakdown. Alcaraz has won 4 points on return, and they all came at the right time.
Yep, strung them together in one game. That's the difference. De Minaur is playing well here. But he's got to find a way to win points on return.
Yeah, just 1 of 13 so far for the Australian.
Good start there. He's so aggressive with his second serve return position, well inside the baseline. Of course, he's got such a compact backhand and even on his forehand ability to really shorten it out, so he can move right in and just look to redirect the ball and rush his opponents. Let's watch him here, how he start sort of on the baseline but move right inside to attack the second serve. It's effective, isn't it? You know, it wasn't the cleanest return, but he doesn't really have to hit the ball hard because he's taking it so early. Just gets in, hits a good zone on the court, and it's got Alcaraz under some pressure.
Great backhand from the Australian just to nudge that into an awkward spot, kept it low, and 3 chances now.
It's another outrageous defensive shot here. One hand on the racket, and this time Alcaraz doesn't have the answer.
Those chances for the 3rd seed. But he breaks to love. Game on in this first set.
The new balls just felt like they really suited de Minaur there. The flat hits through the court, ball sort of skidding a little more and rushing Alcaraz. Brilliant game from de Minaur.
Yes. Heard the vamos before, almost before the ball had bounced.
It must have felt awfully good off the racket.
Straight back to business.
It's a risky point to play the drop shot. And maybe just an element of doubt in his mind about whether it was the right shot. Possibly just cost him. Slightly mishit it. Ball lost speed as a result. Can you believe it? What a couple of games here.
First one saved.
15-14.
First serves the order of the day for Minaur in this 9th game. Too good. World-class pass to secure a second break of the sets, and he is quick to regain control of this opener. What a response. Serve for the first set, 5-4.
Well, we were reminded last night against Hubert Hurkacz how good Alcaraz's mentality is. And we got another glimpse of it there. You know, broken back for 4-all, some players may have allowed their thinking to become negative, maybe they would have complained a little, whatever it might have been, but not Alcaraz, just straight back to work. Brilliant game, and what a pass that is, so sharp. And he's back in control of this opening set now.
Hyper drink, I like the sound of that. We need a couple of those in the comms booth. Sunday afternoon. Let's get the recipe for that.
Sounds good to me.
Fast and furious minutes of this final. Alcaraz with the advantage once more. And an opportunity now to serve out the opening set.
All of a sudden, points regularly going against the server. Ever since the new balls came into play. They are a lot quicker out the can. We've seen that all week.
Must just be a constant feeling of stress playing Alcaraz. It all feels like it happens so quickly, doesn't it? You don't have time to take stock and gather your thoughts. He's coming at you. Point after point after point. Small window of opportunity for the Australian here, though.
Yeah, really keeping the ball deliberate on the backhand there, wasn't he, de Minaur? And just trusting his legs to hang in there.
It's delicious. evidence that world number 7 isn't in tip-top condition health-wise this week. Just coughing into his shirt to try to chase that drop shot down. Backhand quality out of 10 for Alcaraz, 8.7 so far. Set point after an enjoyable 33 minutes. He's halfway there. Wraps up a fairly tight opening set. Wasn't too much in it. Played his superb game at 4-all to break for a second time. And he's just a set away now from the very first indoor title. 6-4.
It was a rapid fire first set, wasn't it? High level stuff. Just felt like Alcaraz had that extra gear when he needed it. de Minaur by no means playing a bad set. Some brilliant defensive tennis, but Alcaraz a lot of the time coming up with the answers. 4 forehand winners to 3 for Alcaraz. Both players really look to use that shot to do a lot of damage. Service numbers just a bit low for de Minaur. 59%. First serve, more first serves going in than previously this week, but not really doing the damage, only winning 69% of them. Of course, Alcaraz such a good returner. And a flurry of points against the serve, the second half of the set. And it's advantage Alcaraz.
So on we go. Alcaraz first out, wants to get on with things, maintain the high tempo of this final.
Second set.
To make de Minaur feel as comfortable as possible. Action-packed 34 minutes so far. De Minaur has to come from a set down now. Needs to make a strong start to set number 2.
The first set he's lost all week, Alex de Minaur, and we understand he hasn't been feeling 100%, so he's now got a serious mountain to climb, doesn't he? You know, even if you are 100% fit and healthy, winning 2 sets in a row against Alcaraz is a tough task.
Even Alcaraz couldn't chase down that one.
Great adjustment from de Minaur. Thought Alcaraz had done enough off this net court to make life difficult for him, but look at the way he just readjusts here, decides he's going to play with topspin and just rolls up the back of that ball. Incredible touch.
Deciding self-preservation was the best option there as he was hurtling towards that back wall. Be careful here though, second double fault just allows Alcaraz back into this game. Well, to stay in the point. Under pressure again. And he was pulled out wide to his forehand side.
It's not my control, huh? But yeah, you can ask him.
But you do understand I need.
Well, my understanding is that's in reference to the shot clock, time between points, which starts once Minaur, the umpire, inputs the score into his tablet. I think Minaur just trying to get himself as much time as he can to recover between points. He's definitely feeling it.
Yeah, outside of the chair umpire's control, I think that was the message from Minaur.
Although I guess he has an element of control as to deciding when to input the score. So he could, you know, delay that by a couple of seconds.
We've never really got an idea of how much Minaur's struggling this week, have we? It's been things we've noticed, fist bumping the chair umpires and the mascots rather than a handshake that have led us to believe that he's fighting off some sort of bug. We've seen him coughing from time to time on court today. That's been a new development, I think. He's looked pretty subdued, hasn't he, away from the tennis court. Trying to maximise his energy and look after his body. Which is an incredible effort, really, isn't it, to make a final if you're not 100%, and to push Alcaraz as hard as he has done so far. It's not really in his personality, is it, to make a big deal of that sort of thing. He just puts that to one side, get on with the tennis.
And
to his credit.
Yeah, and what is in his personality is if, no matter how he's feeling, if he's on the match court, he'll give everything he's got with what he's got on that day to try and find a way to win. Big strike on the two-handed backhand. Alcaraz has added some weight in the form of some lead tape to his rackets, trialing it in the off-season and looking to generate more power as he did there. Slightly late call, but I think the right one. The let being called by Minaur, no net machine.
13-14.
Well, the opportunity in this second set. Can de Minaur make the most of this? Here's your answer. Bursts into life once more.
Yes.
Lots of return there, taken so early. Maybe not the most accurate serve from Alcaraz. That's been one of the reasons he's been working on his delivery. Accuracy is so key at this level. Speed isn't enough on its own.
Well, what a bonus to start the second set with an early break.
What a fighter this guy is, Alex de Minaur. Nothing wrong with the serve on that occasion, just a brilliant return. If he could win the title this week, you know, he's won at ATP 500 level before, but it would have to be one of his biggest achievements with the way he's apparently been feeling.
Brilliant. That is some combination.
30 love.
Not just taking the ball early there, but some serious ball speed off the two-handed backhand. Hitting through Alcaraz.
Well, he's taken his second set to Alcaraz since the opening 3 games he's played. 3-0.
Dames en heren, de wedstrijd en de prijsuitreiking aangegeven wordt bij solidifies. Naast het maakt u plaats voor de winnaar van deze partij.
Mindset for de Minaur now must be a lot more positive than it was after losing the first set. Must have felt a long way away from winning the match, but not so far now. 3-love break up in the second. Just keep the level of intensity high. Far from leveling us at set all, but equally 3-love can be a misleading scoreline. Just the one break. There's still a long way to go.
Really is a high-level tournament, this, an ATP 500 category event, of course. Mentioned one of 16 this year. Always been well supported by the public in this part of the world. Over 125,000 fans through the doors this week. 50,000 into the VIP areas, which are always an important element of any ATP event. Numerous restaurants to enjoy, entertainment for all ages around the venue. There's Ahoy Arena. It has this arena itself, and then a series of exhibition halls, conference centre as well. Wheelchair events have been a big part of this tournament for a number of years. Wheelchair finals taking place on court 2 this afternoon as well. 17th edition of the men's wheelchair events this year. Established part of the ITF Wheelchair Tour. Tournament director is the great Esther Vergier.
Alcaraz missing a lot on his backhand early in the second set. It's a fifth unforced error off the two-hander already in just 3.5 games. Minaur doing a good job of just keeping the ball there whenever he can. Big difference when he gets a look at a few forehands. Devastating ball striking.
It's outrageous. Not easy to find a spot on a tennis court that Carlos Alcaraz can't reach. He's been able to do it with this backhand pass. Look at this. I mean, hooked it around the corner.
Is there anyone that defends and counters better than Minaur? Maybe Alcaraz, similar level. What a shot that was.
Chance for a double break.
What a chance that was. Maybe just took his eye off the forehand, feeling Alcaraz sort of closing down the space quickly. And that may be a key point. Big difference between 4-love and if Alcaraz is able to hold for 3-1.
Caught him in no man's land. Made him pay. And another chance now.
Advantage Minaur.
That was the last serve he was expecting. A heavy kicker into his forehand body. Caught off guard there.
Advantage Alcaraz.
Big hold. Don't count him out of this second set just yet. We saw that last night, didn't we? First set against Hurkacz.
Well, we don't know for sure, but there's every chance that could be a pivotal moment, a turning point in this set.
Turning point I'm referring to last night. If you weren't watching the match with Hurkacz, Alcaraz was 1-4 love 40 in the first set against a sensational Hurkacz. Held for 2-4, didn't he? And then we were kind of thinking, is that the turning point? It proved to be.
Yeah.
Exactly that.
Won the set 6-4 from 1-4 love 40. All of a sudden, Minaur hardly missing a first serve. 12 of 13 in this set.
Takes up another service game with a love hold. To a 3-game cushion, set number 2. Looking like a decider at this stage. Looks like Alcaraz is looking for answers from his team.
Yeah, his game has dropped off slightly, there's no doubt. A lot of errors off the backhand in particular, just maybe lost a bit of feeling on that shot, but I have to say, Minaur, it's a level he's produced the first 5 games of this second set. Everything firing, first serve, returning incredibly well. Moving as well as he always does, and just hardly missing.
The mayor of Rotterdam on the right of the shot, enjoying the tennis this afternoon.
Time.
Plenty of VIPs in attendance.
Minaur, his conversion percentage, essentially how often he wins the point when he gets into an attacking position, is trending nicely up to 80% in this second set. Really operating at a high level, the Aussie. You consider that's against one of the best defensive players in the game, one of the best defensive players we've ever seen. So Minaur is crunching this second set so far.
Very low. Out. 30-15.
Minaur won't be too concerned if a return game has slipped away. It's all about stringing together two good games on serve at this stage. He's got the new balls to help him. His court playing a little bit quicker than it was at the start of the week, given the court pace index numbers at the end of each day. And it was at the bottom end of the medium category in terms of the speed. The start of the week 36.5, 39.7 yesterday, so almost into medium fast category as it's sped up and smoothed. Slightly less abrasive towards the end of the week than it was at the start of the week because of the play on the surface. Sometimes a bit faster when the stadium's full as well, isn't it? And when the auditorium is warmer. Play a part.
Yeah, the heat can definitely speed things up, the overall conditions, ball flying a bit quicker.
Good news for Minaur with those flat hits that'll just maybe skid through a touch more than they would have on Monday.
You can see there the new ball on his flat backhand. It just kept flying, didn't it? Never really came down for him. Just get a sense that Alcaraz will only need half a chance to get back in this set. I love that play. I love it. Back in behind him. Anyone that watched the Hurkacz Alcaraz match last night, which was an incredible match, just had a feeling Hurkacz maybe attacked the open space a little too often. Alcaraz is so quick. I think if you can go back in behind him, you can get your rewards. Rings true for any sort of quick player. Same if you're playing Minaur. I think you have to be prepared to attack back and behind.
Here is half a chance. Third double fault from the Aussie today. Just allows Alcaraz a route back in. See the body language. Quick look to the team. Means business here. Brilliant tennis. What a steal that was from Alcaraz.
30-14.
Felt like pretty much the whole point Alcaraz was hanging on by a thread. Look at him scrapping and hanging in there. But this shot gave him a chance. And the movement is just incredible.
Such an effective forehand when he got there as well, wasn't it? Just nudging it into the space. Minaur survives. It's a nice point. Effective combination. This second set starting to come to life.
Some of the extra power he's added to his game, helping him out here. Full-blooded forehand. Big first serve, 211 kilometers an hour.
Well done. Really good effort to keep Alcaraz at arm's length. Sigh of relief as he slumps into his chair. Just a game away now, 5-2.
It's got to be so satisfying, isn't it, for Minaur? You know, you put in all the hard work when nobody's watching, in the gym, lifting weights. Sometimes I'm sure it's sort of got to find the motivation from somewhere, and it's sort of all worth it when you're playing here under the bright lights, and it makes the difference for you in a game like that. Big hitting, big serving to come through in a game where he may otherwise have been broken if you rewind a couple of years ago.
Large proportion of this big crowd probably wouldn't mind a third set between these two. Keep the entertainment coming. They might feel different about that though. The Alcaraz team. Another Italian success story. Incidentally, earlier today there was a doubles final on this court before the singles. Congrats to Simone Bolelli and Andrea Vavasori, who won that final. Continue their strong starts to the season. 13-1 their win-loss for 2025. They made the Australian Open final. What a week for Vavasori coming.
Brilliant. What a story. You'll never forget this one.
Qualified for the singles, made second round, and shared the court with this man earlier this week before refocusing on the doubles and lifting the trophy. Can't keep those Italians down for long, can you, at the moment? That's massive. All over that serve. Before he jumped onto the forehand, where the contact point was on return, he was way inside the baseline. Kept coming forward, looking for the next ball. Wants to finish this second set right here. Well, he's achieved his objective in terms of forcing world number 7 to serve it out. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, and the key you feel for de Minaur is to keep playing big tennis. You know, going for the big serves, going for the big first strikes in the rallies. He has upped the attacking intent in this set. That's what's got him into this position. Chance to serve it out now.
Oh, that was wild.
Yeah, moving deep for the second serve return. From my memory, the first time he's done it. Big miss though.
Well, that's a serious improvement on the first point.
Yeah. Well, he made that return count. It looks a good play. You know, standing deep, time to get a big hit in as he did there, force de Minaur back, and then, you know, get up the court and attack himself. Just looking at his pattern, he has returned a few serves in this match from deep in the court, but a clear intention to do it in this crucial game.
Two or three fairly big misses by Alcaraz's standards. His 9th game, and chances now for de Minaur to take this into a third set.
Second set.
Well, a fascinating stage now in this Rotterdam final. De Minaur raising his game a touch. Alcaraz's levels just dropped a fraction. And this is anyone's now as we head into a deciding set. De Minaur takes the second, 6-3.
Yeah, it's a great response. Such an impressive response from De Minaur after losing the first set. He's clearly still not feeling 100%, but he's channeling everything he's got into trying to win this title, and he's just a set away now. Definitely a little more aggression from De Minaur, looking to hit big. Alcaraz, a real drop off in his backhand. It just felt like he lost the feeling on the two-hander. 9 of his 14 unforced errors coming off that shot. This is going to be fascinating now. You know, De Minaur is going to keep coming. You know, every reason to believe he's going to keep the level high. Interesting to see if Alcaraz can elevate his game once more and make the title his, or will De Minaur be going one step better than he did last year and getting his hands on the silverware.
Final set. Alcaraz to serve.
So what can he do from here? The world number 7, fascinating chapter about to unfold. Alcaraz with some thinking to do. Third time he's been pushed into a deciding set this week. Found the answers against Botic van der Zandschulp in the first round, 6-1 in the third, and her catch last night in the semis, 6-3 in the third.
It's going to be interesting, isn't it? Yeah. Feels like the plan for De Minaur is almost clearer. You know, play big, go for it. Go for it. Nothing to lose with the way he's feeling. He was already a set down. It's Alcaraz that has a few things to figure out in this final set.
It's ruthless. Hammering that forehand into the corner.
The first one came back, so he put even more on this one down the line. It's heavyweight forehands.
Oh, what a finish. And back comes De Minaur. To stay composed, it looked like the Alcaraz ball landed wide, didn't it? But there was no call, so had to go again.
Yeah, must have caught the very outside of the line. What a point this is. Look at that forehand. That's got into-out spin on it. And then an incredible angle, just working the racket around the outside of the ball here.
High quality start to the third and final set.
40-15. First game, final set.
More concern in the Alcaraz box amongst his team. Get forward for the second serve.
Yeah, it's certainly a message with regards to the second serve, yeah. I'm assuming from the end he was at, yeah, he's signalling to return from up the court. We'll keep an eye on it. Samuel Lopez was one of the co-founders, along with Tony Cascales, of the Equilite Tennis Academy, as it was known. Cascales, better known as the coach of Juan Carlos Ferrero, but Lopez was involved with his tennis as well. Of course, it's now known as the Juan Carlos Ferrero Academy. Lopez coached Pablo Carreño Busta for the majority of his career, but he's been around Alcaraz's tennis at the academy for a long time. It's only in the off season, at the end of last year, he's sort of formally been added to the coaching team, sharing the traveling load, you would think, with Ferrero.
Yeah, even with Carreño Busta, he'll have been part of many practice sessions at
oh, for sure, yeah,
facility with Alcaraz on the court.
As says Tony Cascales, you sometimes see him in the player box. Alcaraz's matches over the last few years. There's no doubt Juan Carlos Ferrero is the main coach still.
No, just couldn't quite control that final volley. More phenomenal court coverage from Alcaraz, though.
He's so agile, Alcaraz. I tell you what, his speed, well, his acceleration and then his speed over what, sort of 10 meters, let's say. It's incredible how quick he is. Gets up to these short balls. You think he's not getting there. He actually gets there in good time. Quite often, as he did there.
And there's an effective shot at the end of that sprint.
The touch, the feel is incredible. But his backhand has not been incredible, that's for sure. Hit it really well yesterday against Hurkacz. I know that was a return from up on the baseline as Samuel Lopez asked from him, but he just seems to have lost the rhythm and timing. That was badly mishit, that return.
Key stage of the match for the Australian is to somehow find a way to battle his way through these early service games in this deciding set. It's the Minaur backhand to leak an error and a chance for Alcaraz.
Did well, de Minaur. Stood firm. It's a surprising miss from Alcaraz, of course it is, but good depth from Demon.
Oh, it's just nudged it wide after another incredible sprint.
Advantage Minaur.
Speed again here, he's way back in the court. She gets there with a bit of time, and he would expect himself to make that. I want to see some speed and agility races between these two. I think they're the two best movers in the game at this moment in time. Quickest anyway. You know, Sinner is phenomenal the way he can slide into the corners, but in a straight line, I don't think he's quite as quick as these two.
At the base camp test, didn't we, at the next gen finals a couple of years ago in Jeddah, where all 8 finalists were tested. Various physical elements of their game. ATP,
yeah,
top dog, wasn't he, amongst that squad?
He might throw his hat in the ring for best mover. Such a strong hold of serve there from de Minaur. Gutsy stuff. You see the backhand quality. Good signs for Alcaraz. First 2 games in this third set that he's got it back up to where it was in the first. A real drop off in set 2. Just too many errors off that wing. 9 unforced he hit in the second set off his backhand.
Will be encouraged by those backhand misses. Another one.
Yeah, not necessarily mishitting the ball. It just, he's not finding the sort of trajectory that he wants in these shots. Again, just sort of pulling it a little close to the tape and that flicking the ball wide. Needs to be careful here, Alcaraz. It's probably the first dip he's had with his level this week, I would say. Certainly since he got past Van de Zandschulp, he's been purring, hasn't he? All areas of his game.
Carry on.
Horrible body serve for Minaur to deal with. Get out of the way of that one. Well, another point that Alcaraz really has no right to win on the receiving end. Somehow he's turned it around. And he comes through a tough service game. 2 edge aheads.
Alcaraz leads 2 games
It is
to 1.
finely balanced, this Rotterdam final at this stage. 2-1, final set. Both of these players looking to add their name to what is a quite incredible roll of honour when you go back to the early 70s. Arthur Ashe, three-time champion. Jimmy Connors beyond board, winning in the late 70s. Connors again, early 80s. Guillermo Vilas was a champion here. Swedes took over late 80s, Nystrom, and then Edberg back-to-back. Some German success as well, early 90s, Boris Becker, Michael Stiek, for a run of Dutch champions. Good start to the game for Alcaraz.
Love 15.
With a plan, given he's serving first in the third, so he keeps holding him, forcing Minaur to play catch-up. If he can get off to a fast start to the Australian service games, the pressure will build.
We're also just over an hour and a half of play, high intensity tennis. And, you know, there's a chance that fatigue builds for de Minaur. We've talked about him being under the weather this week. In some ways, I think it's helping him though. It's giving him clarity on how he has to play. He's just got to go for it, all out attack. He's probably not feeling like he can back off at all and, you know, trust his legs and his fitness in the way he normally would. So big serving, and any ball he gets a chance to attack, it's everything he's got is going into it.
Nice quick hold. This Dutch champion here was Jan Simmering, 1998. We saw him courtside this week. Richard Krajicek, the tournament director, a two-time winner, 95 and 97, and the big names keep coming on the Roll of Honor. Keep scrolling down, the likes of Leighton Hewitt, we mentioned, against Ferrero, 2004, Federer's first title a year later. Roger won this event 3 times. Most of those titles in 2018. The big names to win: Andy Murray, 2009, Robin Soderling, back-to-back. Del Potro, Burdick, Wawrinka. Most recently, Medvedev and Sinner, both world number 1s. Champions 23 and 24, respectively. Always been one of the biggest, most prestigious ATP indoor titles to win. Seemed to bounce a little funny off the centre service line, that one.
Yeah.
I've seen the ball check a couple of times this week when they've hit the lines.
Maybe just catching us. Yeah, goodness me, it really did hop. Maybe just caught a slightly grippier part of the surface. Very little chance for de Minaur to make a telling return there. Just an element of doubt in Alcaraz's performance now, isn't there? We've hardly seen him miss these shots all week. This, by his standards, is, you know, a fairly comfortable volley. Ball well above the height of the net, and he's got that all wrong. Nowhere near making it.
Big point, set all, 2-all, 30-all.
Didn't let any doubt enter his mind there, just stepped in and punched it away with real authority. Did the right thing on this slower ball. Really attacked it with his feet. Got as close to the net as he could.
He liked it.
think he's slightly biased, though.
Just feel like this is a real opportunity. Still a lot of work to do for de Minaur, but he's right in this match. This is anyone's. Win a big title, a big final against a player ranked inside the top 3. I think if he can get it done, just looking at the titles, there's one, Colin, 2 Acapulco titles, of course, they're 500 tournaments, but this would surely go down as his biggest title, wouldn't it? Given he would be beating Alcaraz in the final.
Yeah, from a set down. It'd be right up there in terms of achievements, that's for sure.
What a dig. De Minaur giving it everything up the line, but Alcaraz was there, as he so often is. Still celebrating at his bench, 3-2. Just going back to that point, Colin, because I think you've got to take the quality of the opposition into consideration, haven't you, for de Minaur if he does win this match? He hasn't scored too many victories over top 3 opponents.
No, just 4 of them in his career. And the last time he beat anyone in the top 5 was at Roland Garros last year. 4th round win over Medvedev, who was ranked 5 in the world then. So, yeah, when you consider everything, quality of the opponent, the fact that it's a final, a set down, not feeling 100%. This will be some achievement, but there's still a long way to go.
ATP tennis around the corner. Busy month, February. We've got 6 ATP 500 tournaments with the addition of Dallas and Doha both being upgraded this year. 3 ATP 250s starting tomorrow. Buenos Aires on the clay, Delray Beach on the hard courts over in Florida. And for those who want to stay indoors, Marseille in the south of France. So plenty of tennis to enjoy. The ATP 500s are back on the calendar the week after. Some strong draws next week as well. Zverev top seed in Buenos Aires on the clay. Fritz and Tommy Paul, Delray Beach and Marseille. Medvedev deciding to play down there with the local favourite Humbert. Hubie Hurkacz is back on the road. He's jetted straight to the south of France. He'll be the 4th seed there. There was no way through Alcaraz that time. Defending his territory superbly.
Yeah, incredible. Turning the point in his favour with a huge hit. It's a rare occasion when de Minaur chose to stay on the baseline, though. I just felt a couple of those forehands were the types of balls he's been smacking into the corner and following them into the net. Opportunity now for Alcaraz.
pinpoint accuracy. And it brings up chances for the top seed. Nobody's chasing that return down. Oh, he's pushed it wide. Alcaraz breaks, and he takes control of this deciding set.
More change, please.
One of the reasons his record in finals is so good, when his moments come in this deciding set, he's taken it. Look at his steal score for this set. Percentage of time the players win the point when they're defending. So more than half the time in this set, Alcaraz winning the point from defensive positions. de Minaur will be bitterly disappointed though to miss that backhand, just looking to nudge it deep down the line. It's not over yet. Certainly at this moment it looks as if the Rotterdam final will be slipping away from de Minaur again.
So good at finishing these big finals. That's the focus now.
30 love.
What a game, ruthless service game to back up the break, and it takes him to within touching distance of the Rotterdam trophy. He's put on the afterburners midway through this deciding set. Best in the world, Colin, they're tough to shake off, aren't they? There's a danger of them just finding another level when they need it.
Yeah, absolutely right, and that's why the challenge, you know, the mountain to climb became so big for de Minaur when he lost the first set. To win 2 sets in a row against Alcaraz, so hard. He played such a high level, de Minaur, for what, the best part of an hour, but just one break of serve, and all of a sudden Alcaraz just a game away. You know, nothing to lose now for de Minaur. Keep fighting as he always does, keep going for it. You never know, even the best in the world can tighten up, serving for a match, serving for a title.
quick look at the Ring of Champions, as it's known here in Rotterdam. The former winners, year by year, which are illuminated sort of halfway up this stadium. A vacant spot for this year's winner that will be filled, and it appears pretty quickly after the handshake. It's looking like it will be Alcaraz at the moment.
15 love. Minaur.
Just run out of steam here, Minaur. Maybe no energy left. What an effort it's been. They're not feeling well. Still making the final, almost getting the job done.
Here we go, 2 chances to get his name in lights here in the Netherlands.
Let's person.
Well, to stay on his feet. Alcaraz fans made to wait just a little bit longer before they can celebrate.
Half expected him to pull off something ridiculous here for the title.
On his way down.
Diving pass.
Second championship point. Carlos rules in Rotterdam, and it is another first for the Spaniards, a maiden indoor title. Becomes the first Spanish champion here in the Netherlands too, going one better than both Nadal and his coach Ferrero. And this will mean a lot. He was pushed so hard by Minaur to claim his first title of the year, first since Beijing last autumn. Another significant moment for the Spaniard. He's done it in 3 today, 6-4, 3-6, 6-2.
Yeah, great scenes as Alcaraz gets the first indoor hardcourt title of his career. And a draw that was pretty stacked, wasn't it, for an ATP 500? Medvedev, Minaur, obviously. Rublev, Rune, Tsitsipas, Hurkacz, they were all here. But Alcaraz is